Hello, folks. Welcome to Resident Evil 2. We're gonna do some new game plus shenanigans here today. We're gonna go through both A and B scenario. I'm gonna talk about that in a second here. Sorry it took me so long to get the stream started. I thought there was something wrong with my headphones because I was just getting like no sound through them. I tried plugging them in, like taking them out, plugging them back in. I turned the controller off and turned it back on. I pulled the battery out, and then finally I decided to actually check the volume on the headset, and it was turned all the way down. So that's embarrassing, but we're here now. So this is also not the night that I would normally stream. Typically, I stream Monday evenings and Wednesday evenings. But I've already gone through and played Resident Evil 2 on my regular, like, Monday Resident Evil night. So I thought what I would do is stream me going through Resident Evil 2 tonight, and then actually play through Resident Evil 3 and start my playthrough on that one tomorrow. Hey, Roll Stats, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, so we're going to go through. Originally, the plan was to do Claire A, Leon B, because in the original PlayStation 1 era, that was the canonical series of events. But I've decided what I'm going to do is actually do Leon A, Claire B, because I feel like that's more the canon for this game. And truthfully, both characters go through almost all of the exact same stuff. But Claire's sewer section feels a little bit shorter. So I'm actually going to go through. When I do Claire's scenario B, I'm actually going to do the thing where you go back to the police station and find an Easter egg and some extra stuff here. Because this is New Game Plus, we are going to take advantage of the items that we have available to us through unlocks. But I'm going to stick with like the weapons that the characters would get through like their end game stuff. So Leon is going to be tearing through with a with his trusty rocket launcher. And Claire, I might try to play Claire's a little bit straight, depending. But she has the chain gun that she can use. So first things here, we're going to go into story. Costumes. Oh, you were able to finally get a Series X? That is awesome. I think you're going to enjoy it. I mean, I've never played an Xbox One, so I don't know much about that console, but the Series X, we absolutely love it. Also, we are going to play as 32-bit Leon. And Claire, why not? Let's have the characters be 32. Let's play their PS1 versions, at least through Leon's playthrough. I'll be interested to see how you feel about the Cyberpunk game when you get the Series X. Because apparently it runs better on it. I've actually, it's been a while since I tried it, but from what I understand, it's better, not perfect, but better. All right, Leon A. And because I'm playing both scenarios in one night, we are going to go with the assisted mode. So I'm going to be skipping cutscenes, but I was watching a video today. It was like the developers of the game reacting to a speed run of like the Claire A scenario, and they actually mentioned that the burger that the guy's eating there, it was actually scanned from a real object. Like they actually took like a real burger and they scanned it, but they modified it to try to make it look as gross as possible at the beginning there, because they wanted it to look like something only a trucker would eat at like midnight. So. Kind of interesting stuff. And if you haven't seen the speedrun that they were watching, it was Hazeblade, and he does some really cool stuff during the Sherry sequence. But we're gonna skip ahead here because we've seen all the cutscenes here. Although if there's some that are gonna be kind of funny with the pixelated characters, I will definitely show it.
Anybody there?
And I love how like just he never actually closes his hand with with the pixel model. The Claire model holding the flashlight looks a little off, like even worse than even worse than Leon's.
You all right?
Because I think it like clips through her.
Don't move. I'll be back for you.
Okay, do a Let's Play series for Skyrim anniversary. Oh, that would be something to look forward to. Fallout 4, and of course, good old Cyberpunk. Yeah, I mean, I love doing like the stuff on Twitch. It's kind of it's been a great time. I really enjoy it. So I'd love to see you streaming some games here. Oh, come on, Leon. And since Leon is going to go rocket launcher mode once we get the opportunity to, um, we're not going to need like a ton of. We're not going to need to collect everything in this game. So there are certain rooms we can just completely ignore.
Don't shoot! Get down!
I love the juxtaposition of the characters. Also, I do regret missing the Beckme game the other day, Mr. Stats. I just really like we had a really bad snowstorm like Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, and it was like really like wet, heavy snow, and the wife had to go out for something, so I had to try to like dig us out as quickly as possible, and I completely destroyed my back. Like I could barely get up the stairs. So it was just a rough time there.
This is out of control.
Sure is, Leon.
Shit. It's everybody. They've all turned.
Oh, I'm glad you understand.
There it is. The station.
All right, so this is the. It's been a while since I played a like fixed camera angle Resident Evil. So we went through and I went through 0. I went through RE1, and it's kind of nice to return to the over-the-shoulder camera angle. So like I've never been good at tank controls, and I thought it would be kind of fun just to go and try, like off stream obviously, but I went and tried RE1.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, RE0. I tried RE0 with the tank controls, and oh, that can. Hold on, I don't need you. And I think I was finally able to figure out why I don't like tank controls as much as I don't like them. And basically, I am like extremely left-handed. Like so, my right hand is almost completely useless, unless I'm like just using it to like steady something. Like I'm just not, you know, people that use the term like polydextrous in order to like, you know, be able to like use both hands or whatever the term is. Ambidextrous is the one. Holy crap. So I'm like basically as monodextrous as you can get, but I suffer from this thing, and not all left-handed people do, but I know a few left-handed people that have said the same thing. And what it is that they will sometimes confuse left and right, especially when they're looking at like sort of a mirrored object, or like if they're looking, so if a video game character is facing towards them on the screen, and you want them to turn to their left, like I will often choose like the wrong direction, and that happened a ton when I was trying to navigate with Rebecca through the train. So I think that's just basically what it is. My inability to, or my struggles with like left and right directions, is kind of why I don't think tank controls are ever going to be in my future. Hey, Kamikaze Kid, yes, the Re-Adventures of Pointy Leon. Oh, I meant to skip that. Hell yeah, we're doing Pointy Leon. I also love how like that one foot was just standing there, up straight. So this is Leon's revenge for the troubles I had in the first playthrough. Okay, you got caught in the blast too. We're just gonna come in here. I'm gonna take this board. Oops, nope, not that one yet. So I'm not a speedrunner by any stretch of the imagination, but this will be as close as I get to a speedrun. Also, this knife. This knife is important because it is technically a key item for this one box. Leon's reckoning, as it were. Leon's revenge. He's a revengeance, sir. So yeah, so like I said, I'm using the rocket launcher for Leon for this playthrough. So there's certain things that I'm not really worried about. Like we don't need to collect the badge, the like the police badge with the USB drive. So we don't need to do the statue puzzle at all. We also don't need to go down into the basement section. Hey, lady. So we'll be trying to keep this as streamlined as possible, based on my really, really crummy memory. And then with Claire B, like I said, I might play that a little more straight. At least in terms of I might use like the weapons that require a reload, like the handgun and the assault rifle. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the only safe. Crap. I got distracted there. I'm pretty sure this is the only safe I'm going to be opening in Leon's playthrough as well. Damn it! I gotta focus on this. Apparently, I know the number is 7. Claire B knife only. I don't know about that. Oh, hey, Wolf Legends. Normally stick around, but no. I understand, man. I appreciate you popping in for a second. We're just doing some, like I said, New Game Plus stuff here, so it's kind of just a glorified hanging out and chatting while there's something running in the background here. But I do appreciate it. So Claire B, knife only. I don't know about that, but I am willing to try the knife on like the bosses. And I don't think you actually watched my. I don't know if you saw my Claire. Oh, hold on. Getting. Alright. Leon will, I don't know if I want to do those puzzles. No, you know what? I don't need all the pouches for Leon, so we're just gonna go. But in the Claire A scenario I did a while back, I did use the knife. I think it was on G4? What the?
What in the...
Also, apparently, Leon says, like, what the or what in the hell, uh, like, a ridiculous number of times in this game. Okay, you were there for the Claire Infinite run? Yeah, so I used the, I did use the knife. I think it was on, like, the final boss. One of the boss fights I used the knife on.
Leon, it's Marvin.
Damn it.
I need you back here.
Hey, Marvin.
Are you okay, Marvin?
I've got something to show you. It's important.
Copy that. I'll be right there.
Alright, so I don't need that book, because the book leads to... the book leads to the red jewel, which is used on the jewelry box that you find in the basement, which has the USB on it. Oh, can I remember this? I think it's fish. There's scale water jug? Nope. There's scorpion water jug. There it is. So I might try some knife strats on some of the bosses. Why not? In the Claire scenario, but it will be with the knife with the infinite durability. Because I don't know why they decided to include. I don't know why they decided to include, like, weapon breaking just for the knife. Damn. So you know what the crappy thing is? I did this earlier, like, just the other day. Completely from memory. And now I can't. Now that I'm streaming, I can't remember the stupid solution here. Line. Oh. Okay. Lion, leaf, bird. I feel like I did every combination for the last one other than that. Oh, actually, we will trade the cutscene someone. I want to get rid of this key. Gotta say, I love how much you... Oh, this game is a ton of fun. Like, I've played it a bunch at this point.
Elliot was right.
Yep, Elliot was right, alright. Now he's dead. Yeah, no, I've played the crap out of this. If I were ever to try to learn to speedrun any game, it might be this one. Like, right now I'm just trying to work out and, like, just... like, trying to get, like, the route, like, the route down that I have to go through. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna watch this cutscene because I love the flirting. And I want to say, like, the awkwardness of the flirting is even better in the Leon scenario, and it will be, like, just, like, cherry on the cake, on top of the sundae, with these, like, pixelated, non-emotive characters. So you can really feel the feels.
Claire. It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing?
Smooth, Leon.
After just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I'm in one piece.
I'm guessing you don't have a key in one of those fancy pockets?
Unfortunately.
I love how I made that about him.
But how are you doing?
You know,
I forgot about that.
surviving.
That's good. Any luck with your brother?
No, not yet.
Claire, don't lose hope. I'm sure we're gonna find him.
32-bit face flare. Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
Just noticed that I changed the channel pick from tabletop. Yes, I did. I wanted to do that for a while, and
Take care of yourself.
I was just lazy, I guess. Never got around to it.
You need to go. Now.
But originally, what I was hoping to do was actually
Both of us?
originally my plan was if I started streaming, it would be like to stream tabletop RPGs, and I still want to. I just don't have the computer or stuff to run it right now.
Marvin. Damn it.
Oh yeah, Pointy Claire too for this playthrough. For Claire B, I might choose a different costume. Oh yeah, this guy. This guy's face model, by the way, is like one of the lead programmers or the director of the game. That's why he's like always guaranteed to come through there. Alright, grab this fuse. Oh. Oh, so speaking of Resident Evil stuff, I finally tried to watch the live-action Final Chapter movie. Oh, actually, I want to go this way. Because I watched all the other ones, and like I don't mind the Resident Evil movies because I'm not that hung up on continuity or them being faithful to the. Oh crap! I'm out of boards. But like that was the one that I never actually managed to get around to watching. Like I think I have all the other ones on like DVD, but I don't own that one yet. So I finally tried watching it, and there's so many like quick camera cuts that almost feel like the movie should have a should almost come with like a seizure warning. We're just gonna go back and board up that other window. Why do that? Because, like I said, I don't hate the movies. Like I enjoy them. They're silly action movies, like for sure. But no, I don't mind them, and I'm even looking forward to seeing the new one. Just because, again, like I don't let my I expect that a movie is going to be different than the games. Like that's just the way that it is. So. And I had a friend that saw the new movie, and he seemed to like it. It's definitely, like, low budget. You can tell, like, it's either green screen or... Hey, Star's office. But I just love all things Resident Evil. Even if it's, like, way off in terms of... I need to climb up. Even if it's way off in terms of, like, accuracy to the games. Like a month ago, I finally watched the maybe it's a couple months ago now. The passage of time is it's tricky, um, especially during the pandemic. But I watched the third CG movie. Oh God, what was it called? There was Degeneration, Damnation, and the. Hey, QT Drummer, how's it going? I'm doing good. Oh, that's awesome, man. Good to hear. Um, Actually, just this past weekend, I finally got to visit my grandfather. He had been in the hospital for like a month after a slip and fall. Oh, jeez, it almost sounded like that thing followed me. After a slip and fall, and he cracked his hip. So I finally got to go visit him, and it was a really nice time. Like I needed that. I definitely needed that. But he's doing better. He was actually able to get up and take a few steps on his own without needing any sort of support. So it was great. And it was the first time we got to see him since basically the pandemic started. So last time we saw him or visited down that way was December of 2019. Yeah, it was. It was really great news. Is there anything? Nope. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Oh yeah. No. He was definitely glad to be away from hospital food. He said that was basically the worst part of it. The only thing they did halfway right was the hard-boiled egg in the morning, but that was their breakfast every morning for a month, like every single day. Alright, so I'm going to play this cutscene out because Leon should die here. Like, he's being slammed through steel hard enough to bend it. And, like, somehow he survives. Alright, we're gonna see what we can do here.
Work on this thing. No choice. Gotta take it down.
And that is why we got backup knife. So there you go. How's that for knife strats? His spine should be in that shape, yeah. Adamantine bones, yeah, maybe. So that's the knife. Oh, and if you use the self-defense like portion of it and you kill him, the knife gets dropped there. But that's the one that has durability on it, so we're just gonna leave it there. Now the knife, if you have a really good PC, the knife is like the ultimate weapon. Because for every single frame that it's like contacting an enemy's hitbox, it deals like full damage. So like I think I've said this before, but like the speedrunning community, they actually have for their requirements. for you to submit a run, you have to cap your PC at 120 frames. Because like the difference in the amount of damage output and how quickly you can take down boss enemies with the knife at higher frame rates is so massive that it could be a situation where you could basically pay to win a world record. So on the consoles, I think the frame rate is on the Xbox One. The frame rate's 30 frames per second, and I don't know if it runs at 60 frames on this or not. Like I don't have a 4K TV,
Need a key card.
so
Hey!
I don't think it takes advantage of the higher possible frame rate if you don't have like the 4K television. But the knife is still pretty broken. Also, we're gonna let this cutscene play out because this guy's definition of human might be a little bit lacking.
Hello?
Hey,
I don't believe it. A real human. Hello, human.
you been here long?
Long enough. Are we the last ones alive?
No, there's a few of us.
Huh. That's good news, I guess.
Yeah.
That's of course Iron sent you.
Irons. You mean Chief Irons? Is he still around?
Who cares? Hopefully he's somebody's dinner by now.
What do you mean by that?
He's the bastard that locked me in here.
I'm sure he had a good reason.
He did.
Yeah, a real pointy human. Yeah.
I'd have done the same thing to him, I guess.
Yes, it's normal for humans to have like rectangle arms
Hey, I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell.
and triangle noses.
There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me.
Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first.
Look, we're both prisoners in this station. So either we play nice and help each other out.
So I know there's like some debate as to which
What?
what the canonical series of events is in this game. Like if it's like Leon A, Claire B, Leon A. I don't think it's quite as simple as that. I think there are just certain events. Ugh. I think there are just certain events that we're gonna skip now. That like you can tell which character accomplished them first. So, for example, the section we're about to go through here, like in the canon events of the game, Leon like goes through the parking garage first. And the reason for that is when we get into this room over here, there's a bunch of dogs, like the zombie dogs, Cerberus. I don't know if they call them Cerberus in this game or not. In RE2, they're just basically the zombie Dobermans. And like Leon fights them, Leon kills them. When Claire goes through here, there's lickers that are eating the dog corpses. So that's like basically, and it doesn't matter if you're going through A or B. That's just the way that it goes. Also, nope. So, like, in the canon series of events, like, Leon goes through this first. The sewers is a little up in the air as to who does what first. But the nest, like the laboratory, Claire definitely goes through that first. Because Claire opens the device that has the vaccine and the G virus sample. So when Leon comes there, you can see that Sherry's medallion or locket, I guess. I'm thinking too much in like fantasy D&D terms, but Sherry's locket is actually already in the contraption. And Leon triggers the self-destruct, apparently. Because, like, when Claire goes through it, like, she's healing Sherry. She's healing Sherry with the vaccine when the thing triggers, and then it triggers. So basically, good boy. So basically, like, we'll talk about like what I believe the canon is for what character encounters which boss fight. Oh, no, that's the right room. Okay, I don't really need anything in this room, but I'm gonna go through and just unlock the door. And the only reason I'm doing that is it'll make throwing the key away easier. Oh, wrong way. Earlier today, I played through the Claire scenario, so I've got a little bit of like Claire pathing stuck in my brain. Cook doggy, anyone? Yeah, I feel bad about. I always feel bad about having to like fight dogs in video games. Where are you? Because I'm a dog guy. I love dogs. It's not. I don't want to say like it's not bad in this game because like I said, I hate fighting dogs. But Dragon Age 2, that was the game where like fighting the dogs was the absolute worst because they make like the whining noises like so frequently while you're going through it. It made me feel like absolutely horrible. I feel like there are more boards I should have been picking up, but that's fine. Well, Marvin.
Marvin! I'll stop this, Lieutenant. I promise.
Yep. Oh, actually. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I will get the spare keys to, I will get the spare keys in this playthrough. I'm not gonna get them in Claire's. Only because, like, in the B scenario... I also forgot to do this. Also, like, because in the B scenario, they move the location of the little electronic safe. I think that's bad. The boss fight in Dark Souls with Great Wolf will hurt your soul. Yeah, probably will. I guess I'll just try to avoid that one. Oops. Nope, 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 nope. Don't need gunpowder. Actually, no, wait. I wanna keep going through there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, just I think the developers know what they're doing too, when they include like a dog like that and have it make those noises. Like you feel like the worst kind of monster when you're doing it. But I think the thing that bugs me about the dogs in Dragon Age 2 is the fact that you okay there, man? You okay? Yeah, you're fine. So like in a lot of games, like they'll snarl, they'll Right, like they'll sound rabid, so you don't feel quite as bad. Like it feels more self-defense. But in Dragon Age 2, they just kind of bark and like they whine and I don't know. It's awful. All right, random code every single time. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Damn it, I knew that was going to happen. Alright. So now I'm all... Damn it! There we go. So these, yeah, those codes are like they're random every single time. Like it's never the same. Uh, but one of the things that I would love to have, and I almost had it like the other day when I was playing it. Um, Oops. I would love to get a pattern where you just go straight down the left side, straight down the right side. And I had one. It was like it was 1, 2, 3, and then it was like 4, and then it got weird. So okay. Ah, oh, come on. Oh. No, I'm losing it again. So let's just go back to what I know works, which is apparently okay. So that. I did that last time too, didn't I? Okay. So that. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, they can be. They could definitely be frustrating. I guess that like the important thing is just to make sure that like you are I like to start with the top left one and like always start with that and then try to find patterns from that one. There are times though where if I'll get a sequence that starts before that top left one, I'll try to go for it, but I have trouble memorizing that one. So um anyway. So there we go. We did them. We're not going to be doing them in Claire's playthrough. So now I need to get back up to second floor. It's also infinitely easier to do if you actually like just have a piece of paper and just like take notes, right? It would save a lot of frustration, but I never actually think to do it when I'm playing. And now that I'm more familiar with the game, I start to think of like, okay, well, what ones can I skip? Basically. And using New Game Plus weapons, it's a lot easier to go through the game without having to worry about it. Now, also, we are not going to be going downstairs at all. The only thing that's down there is the USB drive for unlocking like a weapon and a weapon upgrade. So we're not going to do that. Also, you are done. Oh, that sounded like grossly crunchy. Now, I also feel like Claire goes... So I don't think Claire does this section, like, canonically at all, because Leon breaks the ladder and she doesn't. Either that or Leon doesn't go through it canonically. It would be kind of interesting, like... I would love to see a mode of this game where they actually do, like, the proper canon sequence. Although one thing I do suspect would also be, like, technically canon is that Leon and Claire are, like, they're being... I think they're being stalked by two different, Mr. Ents. I can't just shoot... Won't. Yeah, I'm still fine. So anyway, yeah. So in the PlayStation 1 version of Resident Evil 2, there's a cutscene that shows a helicopter flying over the city, and it drops like 6 pods. And the Mr. X Tyrant comes out of one of the pods. So it does stand to reason that all 6 pods contain one of those tyrants. And the Mr. X Tyrant was dispatched to Raccoon City to basically cover up any, like, evidence of Umbrella's involvement. Did I change? No, I haven't seen the new live-action movie yet, but I want to. I know that, like, it's getting, like, almost universally panned by people. But, like, honestly, when I think of, like, video game movies, I like check my expectations at the door, right? Like, you know, if your expectation is that a video game movie is going to be 100% faithful to the source material, then you are never going to be happy, right? Because, like, every video game, like any movie adaptation of any other form of medium, is always going to have to, like, make some changes, right? There's always going to be some things that they. We're just gonna move that down because I'm never going to use that again. There's always going to be things that just aren't going to translate well to a movie. Right, so, like, you know, people get worked up over the casting, some of the decisions that are made. Like, I know some of the story events are spoilers or whatever you want to call them. But, the actor, like, not looking like the video game character, it doesn't bother me as long as, like, it's clear that that's the that's the character that they're playing. Right, so Jill Valentine not looking like the video game character is fine, as long as, you know, it's like, she's still Jill. Right, and I know that Leon's character isn't handled super well in the movie. Like I said, I have a friend who went and saw it, and he liked it. He actually really liked the movie, because I think he's kind of like me, like, he doesn't get his expectations up too high. And the only complaint that he had was the way that Leon was handled. Okay, where are you? So yeah, no, I want to go see it. Like I'm excited to see Lisa Trevor in the movie, and I know that her character is vastly different um, from the video game. He's going to be here, isn't he? Yep. Well, take that.
Better get moving.
Try to look at movies based on games, an alternative universe version. Yeah, absolutely. That usually, yeah. I like I said, I agree with that 100%. And I know, like I said, it's polarizing. But I think having the original Resident Evil live action movies focus on a brand new character. I mean, like I said, you're never going to make everybody happy, right? And that's the other thing. So, like, you know, can't win. Don't play the game, basically, right? You're gonna okay. That one's boarded. Also, we are done with the police station here. Just gonna board up these last couple of. So he always breaks through like immediately. Yeah. Let's do that to get that out of there, and we'll use that just to get it out of inventory as well. But you know, I think it's a great way of going about it. Like that is much like that is way better articulated than what I could have come up with. So yeah, that's basically the thing, right? It's like, you know, check your expectations. Don't you know, like, and like if even if you look at some of the shorter, hey doggy. Even if you look at some of the shorter video games out there, like, the story still takes, like, an average video game, the story is, you know, 6 to 8 hours, right? And if it's a property based off of an RPG, then it could be like 100 hours. And you cannot tell that story in 90 minutes. Pizza makes everyone happy. You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that, because that's what we had for supper tonight. We ordered pizza. All right, so here is another puzzle that one of these days I will get the proper sequence down and I will look super cool doing it. Today is not that day. Okay, so this one definitely has to turn down. That one definitely has to go that way. And then that one. Crap, okay, that's one of them. Oh, because that one, okay. There we go. That's actually not too bad. That's a lot quicker than I solved it the last time. The last time I just got super frustrated and just started spamming the spamming it, like just the different directions. Okay, don't need that.
What are they after?
Basically, the Star Trek evil goatee versions of the games. I don't know if they're evil. I would say it would be like the difference between, like, Marvel movies and the comics. Right, like the comics and the movies do not take place in the same universe. Okay, I want to see if I can actually... No, alright. That worked. Thank you, invincibility frames. Iframes are the best. especially when you get them, which isn't too often. There's only a few situations in this game where the character really gets invincibility frames. They get them like when they're coming off of a ladder,
Is that the intel you needed?
or like starting the climb animation onto one. I don't know if they're actually invincible while on the ladder itself.
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
I know in Resident Evil 7 you sure as hell aren't. And I guess you get them there.
Road's out. Going through that gun shop looks like the only way.
How would you describe Leon's torso? The word trapezoidal comes to mind. We're also about to go through a sequence here which I've seen a lot of people complain about. How, like, in the remake version, how... Alright, so we're basically getting to the sewer alligator fight. Or sequence. We'll call it a sequence. It's not really a fight. But I've seen people online say that the PlayStation 1 version, so the original RE2, like, the alligator fight was way... Like, there are people saying that that was the better version of that event. And I cannot disagree with them more. Like, so I've watched, like, some people go through, like, the speed runs and stuff where they encounter the alligator. And the PlayStation 1 version is even worse. Because you literally just walk away from it. There's no obstacle.
Thanks.
You knock over, like, a CO, like a...
Real scientists being down here.
I don't know if it's a helium tank or if it's, like, a hydrogen tank, but it's just basically like a... Like one of the big air tanks that you would fill up party balloons with, basically. And the alligator just picks it up in his mouth. Like, it's just laying on the ground. He could easily walk over it, but he picks it up with his mouth, and you do the same thing. You shoot it. So this one here, it's a little more... There's actually a little more action to it, so... I personally prefer this one way more. I think the only thing that they could have done better is, instead of it being like a sequence where like the alligator will automatically attack one side or the other, if it actually tracked you until you started like until it started its animation, that might have been a little bit scarier, because then you'd have to like be conscious about your movement.
You're stuck with me to the end.
And alligator fight. So he'll go on the right side, which is to Leon's left, because I'm trying to work on distinguishing. You said it, Leon. And then we just go back over here, and that's it. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Like, I think nostalgia definitely is clouding people's judgment there. Because, like, in this situation, like, he felt the need to actually, like, bite down on that because it's in his way. But,
Chew on that.
I mean, like what you like. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's okay to prefer one version over the other. Like, you don't have to like this one better. But to say that the original one was more suspenseful, or, like, better done, I disagree with that. From a purely, like, objective
Just get up here.
point of view.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point. I'm just impressed you made it in one piece.
I don't know, that line of dialogue I don't think makes sense to be in the game, because Leon's already seen the zombie dogs, right? And I've seen other people make this point. Like, I'm not the first. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm making this observation for the first time. But he's seen zombie dogs, so he knows that the virus affects other things other than just humans.
Like that to who?
Either that, or he's just got, like, really short-term memory.
Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. As scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous.
Alright, Leon gets shot, and now we're playing the Ada section.
Run, Annette. But you can't hide.
Another thing that I think the remake does significantly better
Secret weapons.
than the original are the sections involving the secondary characters. And we're gonna get to see them both tonight because I am doing them both. Um, but like in the original PS1 version, mostly what the like Sherry or Ada did were like 6 little locations where had it. Where are you? There we go. Where they're basically just like pushing like wooden crates to make. Oh right. Pushing wooden crates to make a bridge to cross to get an item that they give to the other character. So basically, like they're just doing box pushing. But in in the remake, they actually do more stuff. Like they're kind of more like more intense sections than what you would have in the original. Come on. Thank you. Yes, I agree. They definitely missed an opportunity to have Polygon Ada. I think what they should have done was have something where like all of the like the characters that you can control have their. Come on. Where all the characters they can control get the polygon treatment. Okay, I didn't actually mean to shoot you in the head there. There we go. I think it would have been cool to have alternate costumes for the other characters. Like not just Leon and Claire, but Sherry and Ada and.
Got you now. Always been good at running, Annette. Even now.
So this section, I will admit, like this one always gets kind of like intense feeling, because you got Mr. X coming behind you. If you know what you're doing, though, he doesn't get close. But I remember like the first few times I've gone through that sequence, like the zombies, like the crawlings, like even though I would make the zombies crawl, like I would always get bit by a couple of them, or Mr. X would get super close, and Ada would be like in like danger, health, and it was tense. So, oh really? QT Drummer saw a PS1 version of RE7? That'd be kind of cool. Like, it's cool to see like some like demakes or. Um, so I saw a video. It's the streamer. It's like Bakpa Soup. He's awesome. Like I really like his stuff. He's also a Canadian, or he lives in Canada. Yeah, he's Canadian. He lives in Prince Edward Island, which is actually one of the few streamers I know of that actually lives in my time zone. Um, but but he was playing a fan-made version of Resident Evil Survivor. Like that was the where are we here? So Resident Evil Survivor was like the PS1 game, like the first-person shooter one, which was actually like really terrible. But a group of fans made it into a like a classic Resident Evil game with the fixed camera angles and the actual like 3D character model. And I wouldn't say that the game was great, but it was better. actually like not being the crappy like light gun style game, considering that the North American version didn't support their light gun.
Not gonna happen.
I know there was like a fan made like what was it? Ocarina of Time. Whoops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot there. There was like a fan made Ocarina of Time, but they made it for like using the they made it using linked graphics, like the 16-bit style. Yeah, oh yeah, Survivor had tons of Mr. X's. I think there were like 3 or more. I want to say there was also a room where there were just 2 of them. And they were like super weak, like they were absolute chumps. Yeah, good old Survivor. I mean, I guess I'll say, like, good on Capcom for trying something different. Okay, so with Claire B, one of the things that I think makes the Claire sewer section shorter is that she doesn't have to go and do, like, the loop that Leon's doing. Like, she enters the sewers at a different location, and she comes up here through this door pretty early on so she can grab this piece. So she never has to go across here and down and around like Leon does. And we're going to go down the Happy Fun slide. Whee! Yeah, there's no way he didn't get any of that in his mouth. Leon died of dysentery. I swear, half of Leon's dialogue in this game is just him finding different ways to say what the. And like one of the things that I'm not like as keen on in the remakes is they really up the profanity, like way more. I don't even know if the original games used like profanity at all. Like there was just a point of video games where that just wasn't a thing. But they really upped the profanity in like the 2 remake and 3 remake and like 7 and all of those. But Leon will still stop himself from like when he's saying what the, he still stops himself. It's like, why not just say it, Leon? You say other stuff like throughout the game. Why not just say it? Okay, get that ready for later. I don't really use the map, but I just grab it out of habit. Oh, right. There was one thing that I wanted to... so the sound effect when Leon readies his rocket launcher. Right, that sound there. I was racking my brain for the longest time because it sounds really familiar. Right? Like, and I don't just mean like from like a weapon like readying position or anything like that. It just sounds really familiar. And I think I figured out where I heard it from. So in Resident Evil 4, when you're going up past the church the first time, if you go around the back, there's this this puzzle you can do where you have to move a dial. You can either turn it 3 or 4 increments, and you have to have it land on like 3 specific symbols in order to open it up and get a gem. Oh yeah, I guess it does also sound like pushing buttons on an old-timey cash register, doesn't it? But the sound effect of the dial turning, it's very similar to this one. So I think it's the same bass sound, and they just added kind of like a almost like a stone kind of grindy sound effect to it. But if it goes like 3, it sounds like, and if it goes 4, it's right. So I think it's literally the exact same sound effect from RE4. And like going through and playing like Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1, they're like HD, Jesus, like remakes, remasters, and all that. Um, they use like a lot of the door sound effects. There are certain ones that are reused in RE4 and RE5, so they're definitely like not adverse to reusing sound effects. Also, with this guy, you can just walk right past him. Of course, he makes a liar out of me. He makes a liar out of me when so earlier today, I was able to do that. Just walk right past, and there was no problem. So, but of course, now that I'm streaming, take my knife back, thank you. Yeah, no. Earlier today, I just walked right past him with no issue. I had to kill him when I came back down, but you can walk right past him when he's loading in like that. But for some reason, I guess it's like the streaming curse. But speaking of sound effects, so bummed the cranks in this game. Oh, like the eater sounds. Yeah, that's true. I have to agree. I kind of miss the classic RE squeaky sound effect. Alright, so in the Leon A scenario that I'm doing here, in this playthrough, we're not going to be getting the last item pouch in the hive. Nest. In the nest. Mainly because it just involves a little more backtracking than I really want to do, and inventory space in this playthrough is not going to be a problem. In the Claire scenario, I'm gonna get the one in Nest because I'm doing the scenario B. So I will be getting that one, but I won't be getting the one involving the portable safes in Raccoon City Police Department. It's kind of got the squeaky sound, like they threw the squeak in there. It's not the same one though, and I do agree with that. Oh, I have to correct something that I mentioned in an earlier stream of this too. So this guy over here, he has a G virus baby that will basically burst out of him when you get close to him. When you come back through the section on your way out, there's a full-grown G adult that like surfaces in this same area. So I thought it was the same one. I thought they just had like a life cycle, like the xenomorph. All squeaks are not created equal. It's true. So I thought it was kind of like the xenomorph, how they become adults super early. But I'm gonna show how that's not the case.
Oh my God.
So we didn't actually get the animation of the thing bursting up because we didn't get close enough. Okay, we got him. This one here can be problematic because if you don't kill him with the first hit, he likes to like sink down and pop up later on. And again, I think there are certain things where they do where they get like I don't know if it's iframes or they just can't be killed while they're doing like a certain animation. Also, we're not going to be picking up the flamethrower in this playthrough, so this section becomes a hell of a lot faster. Also, I don't need you anymore, so we're just going to put you all the way at the bottom. So if you're not concerned with getting the flamethrower or the spark shot with Claire or Leon here, then this is all you got to do. Now, if you're not using like New Game Plus weapons, the spark shot and the flamethrower are good to have. The flamethrower is iffy, but apparently it's really good against like the G2 and G3 forms of William Birkin. I find it's not regular zombies, but apparently it's really good against the bosses. So initially when I first played it, like I said, I thought the little, like, the chest burster, I thought that grew up while you were collecting the other pieces to become the G-Adult that we see here later. But we're actually going to trigger this event now, and he's right there. And the adult one's there, so... I don't know. Either I was wrong, and they do take longer to grow up than what I initially thought, or the game just didn't expect you to cut or skip the trigger for it, like, bursting out. Just want to make sure, because when I was playing earlier today, that there was a zombie there that grabbed me, even though I thought I already killed him. Okay, we're just going to go to the item box. We're going to deposit you, because we're never going to use you again. And there we go. And I will say, screw that puzzle.
Okay, almost there, Ada.
So this may also be a somewhat polarizing... No, I got 2 full heals. That's more than I'll need. So this may be a polarizing opinion, but I actually like the fact that the remake downplayed a lot of the puzzles. There we go. I like the fact that they actually downplayed a lot of the puzzles from RE2, only because like a lot of the puzzles that they had were like kind of obtuse. I don't know if that... Yep, okay, cool. Thank you.
Still alive?
Yes, Leon, it is still alive. This should not surprise you at this point. Whoops. Oh, when did it do that? Ah, damn it. Alright, screw that. I attacked him with a knife, that's all we need. So apparently you can actually fail to knock him off if you don't do enough damage. That actually makes me kind of surprised the first time that I played this, when I did it on stream, it kind of surprised me because I really wouldn't have expected that I did enough to actually like trigger him getting knocked down by that. But nope, Ada, excuse me.
Cable car takes us down to Nest. My wristband's empty.
Also, I went the wrong way. I did that last time too.
Where'd you get that?
Borrowed it. Anyway, we're almost there.
So I also thought that you needed to like walk along with Ada or wait for Ada in order to progress, but you actually don't have to. As long as you get to the cable car, like that'll just trigger the cutscene. So I remember like before I would always follow behind her.
Let me carry you.
Okay, we are gonna watch this cutscene only because it's hilarious with 8-bit, or not 8-bit, but with polygonal
One-way ride.
Leon.
Be prepared.
This tram is
Oh, I'm
bound
prepared.
west. Do not exit until the final destination.
And actually, while that cutscene's going on, it'll be a perfect chance for me to run to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. But enjoy.
You know what I was thinking? I can't wait for the FBI to raid Umbrella headquarters and take those bastards to justice.
I agree, but to be clear, you're not working in official capacity. This is a federal case. Once we get the G-Virus, I'm back on my own. Hey, Leon. Trust me?
Trust me?
Honestly, if I didn't, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
I thought I might need your help, and I was right. If you can secure the G-Virus, I can make sure what happened in Raccoon City never happens again.
Ada, you said it yourself. It's a federal case. I don't
Leon,
have the authority.
look at me. I'm a liability now. If I'm gonna finish this case, you're the last hope I've got.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. What if you're attacked? What if you need help?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I gotta see this through. And I want to see you again. I got plenty to live for. Trust me.
Now, arriving at Nest.
Ah, damn it! I missed the kiss, but I just love watching.
Go.
Again, so like the 32-bit polygonal Leon, like his face doesn't change at all. Right, like the like nothing on his face changes. So just watching, watching like Ada, you know, like the kiss, like normally like Leon kind of reciprocates, but in this one he's just staring like blankly, like dead-eyed, while she's doing that.
Stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
I'm also going to try to show, in like the different scenarios, there are certain points where the tyrant, where Mr. X won't follow you.
Our menu is designed.
And I think I know, like, so like some of them are obvious, like a lot of the puzzle rooms, like the clock tower, the star's office, the save rooms, like those ones are kind of like the obvious ones, but like with Leon here, we'll see him shortly. Gonna take another. I didn't mean to use that grenade. I kind of want some defense items. Because there's enemies here that if they grab you, they will kill you. Like there's no two ways about it. Stop playing with Leon chat. No.
Dr.
Well, Ada's been leading Leon on all night. He doesn't want to get blue, if you know what I mean. the puzzles. So like going through and having played like RE0 and particularly playing the RE1 remake, um, the puzzles are great, but they don't make logical sense in any sort of like real world type of setting. Right? Like they are the puzzles are fine, but they are like they're video gamey, like to the extreme. And Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2 had some like super video gamey puzzles. Right? Like having to arrange the bookshelves in the library in a particular order. Or like in particular spots in order to open up a panel that has I forget if it was like a gem or if it was a some sort of key item or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it's just like, you know, or lighting candles in a specific order so that it burns a hole through a painting and drops a gear out. Like it's just some of that stuff just doesn't make any sense. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh wait. Okay. I've had those memorized, but lately. So yeah, it's just like the puzzles, they work great in a video game setting, but I'm kind of glad, like for the most part in this game the puzzles make more logical sense. To a certain extent, like there's still some stuff that's like really kind of silly. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of these guys right off the bat. And I thought there was one more. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. Right, like I like the idea of moving the bookcases to make a bridge more than moving the bookcases because moving them in a specific way triggers something. Like opens a secret panel that has a puzzle piece in there.
Solution to match cartridge capacity.
Alright, sorry about that. So, actually, so that little sequence there, like, that's about as video gamey as you kind of get. Like, it doesn't make sense to have to, like, fill it to a specific one by rotating the cylinders around. It's still a little better, though, than maybe some of the other stuff that we've seen, but... Like, that's an example of, like, the most video gamey puzzles in the RE2 remake. That and the chess pieces. Really don't like the chess pieces. And we're just gonna get rid of those guys. It's gonna be a pair of lickers. rid of that guy. And just for good measure. So this is where, like, if I wanted to go get that last inventory upgrade, I could go through there and make my way back to the beginning of the laboratory. But I really don't, like, I'm not exactly hurting for inventory. So I'm not going to bother with that one in the Leon. But when I do Claire, as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm going to do the Claire B scenario. It's a lot easier to do the backtracking because you don't have to backtrack nearly as far. I like the lickers in this game too. Like I think they did a really good job with them. I would still love to see. I would still love to see a. So, lickers come from, like, they're just a further mutated version of a zombie. I thought originally they were, like, mutated from Crimson Heads, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I've seen concept art, like, where it shows a zombie that's, like, halfway between, like, the zombie mode and being a licker. Like, basically their face is split in half, and, like, the face is just kind of, like, hanging off to either side, but you've got, like, the licker head sort of protruding out.
Who left the freezer open?
And, like, the tongue is there, but not fully, like... It's not as long as it is, like, when they're completed their transformation. So it'd be kind of cool to see, like, if they ever do, like, a game where they show, like, the halfway in between. I would also love to see Crimson Heads come back. And the lore behind Crimson Heads is that like the T virus will continue if a zombie's rendered, like, inactive, its body will continue to mutate, and that turns regular zombie into a Crimson Head. It still kind of makes sense that lickers come from Crimson Heads, like that's like a middle step, because like their nails, like their hands turn more into claws for the Crimson Head, and they're faster and more aggressive.
Dispensing solution.
That did the trick.
Alright, so we're about to get a visit from an old friend here.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions have been logged, and you may be subject to disciplinary measures.
Oh, apparently I missed one. But anyway, so I'm going to show you where he stops pursuing you in this section, because like I was worried that he followed you all the way through. So here he's coming. And as soon as we go through this door, he stops. So this is the point where he doesn't go through. I guess he gets tangled in the vines or something. But if, like, I come back out here, he'll... Oh, God, that's the second time that's done that. Oh, maybe he won't come back. Maybe he's too far away now. Hey, buddy. So this is the point of safety. The first time I played this, I thought he would follow me, like, all the way across the bridge. So... Quite the overall lack of Mr. X in this run. Yeah, if you know where to go, he's a lot easier to avoid. Other than the events where, like, he will be triggered to appear. Because there's a few parts where, like, he will kind of, like, teleport. Oops, wrong one. It's kind of more so in the B scenario, where he'll have, like, some moments where he'll, like, teleport around. A little bit more than this one. I've never actually shown it, but if you go back into like the area where you first enter the police station, like where you go past that like media room. What was the OSS? Okay. Which I didn't actually go into in this run, but if you go past like that area, he will break through the wall in this game. I just didn't go that way because you open up the shortcut where you can cut through the was it the East office? Oh wait, what's that? Is that a grenade? No, just gunpowder. We're actually past the point now where we have to really worry about the ivies. But so those like plant creatures, which are again way better in the remake than they are in the original, in my opinion. Also, Leon's gonna jinx us. Sure was, Leon.
All right, now back to Ada.
Nothing bad will ever happen again. So the ivies were just like these weird plant things. But I kind of like the idea that they're like T-virus zombies that were created by Plant 42. Or whatever. Actually, Plant 42 is the RE1 version. I can't remember what the name of the... No, don't pick that. Damn it. So he is invincible while he's going through that animation. Finish it off with the knife slash.
Self-destruct sequence will begin. The target has been neutralized. Ending quarantine. Attention.
We're also about to come across... there's also been a reason why I've kind of avoided using the rocket launcher on Mr. X, where I've actually tried to dodge around him a little bit. And we'll get there in a minute. And we're going to skip this cutscene because it's kind of a long one. But it is funny to watch, like, Leon, again, his expressionless face as Ada falls to her quote-unquote death. Alright, well, while we're going down the shaft... It's like shaking a can of, like, WD-40 or something. You just... There, putting a wholesome spin on it. So this is also why, like, Claire clearly goes through here first, because her countdown doesn't start until, like, much later, like the 10 minutes until self-destruct or whatever. With Leon's, it starts, like, pretty much as soon as he gets out of the boss fight, right? Like out of that area. But Claire's, I think it doesn't start until she gets, like, here. Oh. I don't need to ensure that they burn here. But again, I don't want to take any chances just because if they grab you... I have sub-items, like, so I'll be fine, but if they grab you, you will die. Oh, also, don't adjust the camera angle when going down ladders because it can mess with the controls, and you'll find yourself going up. Hey, guy.
Is this a fucking joke?
See, now you swear, Leon. So, like I said, there's a reason why I'm avoiding... Whoops. There's a reason why I'm avoiding hitting Mr. X with rockets in this run. And it's to make what's about to happen, feel a little bit more sensical. So Mr. X has a trigger. Like, if we go through the boss fight, which is actually a pretty cool boss fight. Like, I actually really like it. But you go through the fight, and you have to deal a certain amount of damage to him, and then, like, a rocket launcher will slide down on, in this case, that Ada sends down, because, spoiler alert, she's still alive. And once you hit him with the rocket launcher, which is a callback, obviously, to, like, the classic Resident Evil formula where a boss dies with the rocket launcher shot. But the rocket launcher, if he gets hit with the rocket launcher, it kills him. So, big menacing roar, and that's it. So I kind of feel like, when you're going through, if you use the rocket launcher to stop him, like, you hit him with, like, dozens of rockets throughout the course of the run. But then just one shot at the end kills him. I guess his jacket's like, anti... like, it resists rocket blast. Hardest boss ever, of all time. I'm gonna let this ending play out just because this is like Leon's reaction when he meets Sherry. It feels like the way that you would react if you meet someone on a dating site and, like, they don't mention kids in their profile, but then, like, when you meet them, they have their kid there. Like, just, you'll see in a second. Also, that's gotta hurt, because that wrist thing's going right through his thumb.
Can't believe I actually miss her.
Yeah, I know, Leon. I can feel your emotions through your face. Oh, yeah. I just love this.
You made it.
Oh, damn it.
Just like I said.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I guess that's on Claire's ending. Damn. Alright. Alright, 128.36. It's not bad. I think that's around the time that I usually get now. Alright, so we are going to immediately... It's like C-3PO emotions. Yeah, that's true. He's about as... I accomplished something. Cool. There are challenges in the game that if you unlock them, you unlock, like, character model. Alright, so we're going to go story. Gosh, should I just be 8-bit Claire? Or, not 8-bit, but should I just be, like, Polygon Claire, or should I actually choose a different outfit for her? Because she's got, like, the classic version, but, like, realistic character model. The noir style, where she's doing the whole thing, running around, fighting zombies in high heels. Military costume, or Elsa Walker. I've done Elsa Walker before, but I don't know. What should I do? GG, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I could just, like, regular costume, too, I guess, but... I definitely preferred the classic attire to the newer one. Say noir. I could do noir. I'm not going to do the black and white filter, though. Only because it's kind of hard to see. It makes, like, dark segments a lot more difficult. So, okay, so no filter, but we will go noir. I'll do the filter, like, at a section where it's kind of safe, but... Leon, you are forever 32-bit Leon, so you're going to stay there. Okay, so new game, second run. Claire Redfield. So I'm actually going to show the opening thing here because it's a little bit different. And again, I'm playing these two back to back, so we're going to go on assisted just to make it a little easier. So we don't have the truck driver scene.
I'm almost there. You know me, I'll be fine. I'll be back as soon as I find Chris. Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble?
So it looks like you're about to go through the gas station sequence here. But you don't.
Don't shoot!
Get down! Come on!
What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
You wouldn't use filter either? Yeah. It's neat.
Wait, you're
But I think you need like the brightness or the contrast like really cranked.
Clear Redfield.
Claire! Claire, are you okay?
I'm alright! How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead! I'll meet you at the station!
Nice shot. So yeah, so the opening cinematic just basically just like it's the crib notes of there she is running around. The only thing about the noir costume is the rain effect does not look right on it, like on the shirt.
Leon.
It looks fine on the other costumes, but for some reason, like just the dress shirt, it does the rain on it doesn't look right. But I'll show the filter just for a second for people who haven't seen it. So we're just gonna switch back. So there's the filter, right? And it is cool. Like I will admit, it's a really cool thing. It would have been nice to have had like if the 98 costumes, like if they had like scan lines, or if it had like the borders of the screen look like the old CRT, like that would have been kind of cool. So like it is really neat. But it's difficult in certain areas. So like this spot's pretty well lit. But as you can see, like right there, like you can barely make anything out. So like I said, I think it's cool. It's just not practical. Right, so like there you can actually see a little bit more detail. Anyway, like I said, it's a neat thing that they threw in there, but yeah, it's definitely cool that they give you the option. I agree 100% there. And there's one angle in a cutscene or something where it's actually the thumbnail. I also want to poke a hole in the logic of this section coming up here, because like the zombies don't awake when a helicopter slams into a building, but when an alarm goes off, then that does it. But anyway, so it's a thumbnail for one of the GDQ Resident Evil 2 runs, but it actually like the Leon character wearing the noir costume. There's like one angle in one scene where I swear to God he looks like Cody Rhodes, pre-neck tattoo. It was a Dark City and Dead City. I was thinking about the dame upstairs and the way she looked at me. I wanted to see her again, close without the silly staircase between us. Oh man, that's awesome. That was a roll stats narrative there. I can't remember if this cutscene plays the same way or not. I think it does.
Hold on, I'll be right there.
Okay!
And I am a human, because the guy in the jail cell calls me human later. You can trust me because of my angles.
Claire,
I can't remember if this is the exact same cutscene or not.
it's so nice to see you.
How are you doing? That helicopter just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I didn't want to be...
Okay, no, that's fine. It's the same cutscene. Okay. Alright, so like I said, with these runs being back to back and the fact that I've run Resident Evil 2 twice on Twitch already, we're going to give Claire her endgame weapon, which is the gosh dang minigun. Oh, actually, okay, yeah, I did put the... Cool. This is also where you find Leon's alternate costume. I don't think there's an in-game spot where Claire gets hers, so... Oh, just a second here, just gotta look at the... QT Drummer got a call in tonight. Oh, no, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great night and great day tomorrow, week, holiday season, everything. So the chain gun is cool because it can, like, dismember. Whoops! I did a whoopsie and I forgot to grab the key. I will state for the record, I have not played through the B scenario as much as I've played through the A scenario. I will say that now so that I can justify making stupid mistakes like that. But yeah, so like the chain gun can actually like it can decapitate basically the enemy, so it can also dismember pretty easily. So it's definitely a cathartic gun to use. It's not as quick as the it's definitely not as quick as the rocket launcher. So if things get a little too hairy, then I might switch back to it, but I think for now we're going to be okay. I'll just turn that on just to have it there. So the B scenario in this game is a lot shorter. Specifically the police station. A lot of the other stuff is pretty much the same, mostly. But the police station, it's a lot quicker to get through. Oh, wait, I should actually pick up the scrap of paper. So the notebook that we had in the first playthrough, it's torn and bloodstained. Oh, I did not like him being right there. Right, we already got the fuse. So yeah, so like I said, I'm not as familiar with the B scenario. I have played through it a couple of times.
Anybody here?
I kind of love her saying that after that sequence. Oh, hello, Pouch. So poor Marvin's already a zombie. Poor blessed Marvin. There's no more pain where you're going, buddy. Yeah, that was like just great comedic timing. It reminds me, so I've actually been going back and rewatching some Red vs. Blue lately. And I just remember, like, it just puts me in the mind of, like, Season 2, where Sarge is like, is there anybody here? Anybody alive here? I can grab that. So I can go through and do those puzzles, but I kind of want to show... I kind of want to try to show the solutions for them, if I can. Or where you find the solutions for them. I think there's a liquor already in this hallway, actually. Sure is. I feel like they should have reskinned the minigun as a tone. You are super. You are one. I agree with you 100% on that one. And I believe, I want to say, if you are playing the Resident Evil 4, is there anybody alive in there? Preferably anybody red? Don't let that discourage you from speaking up if you're blue. I won't step on your neck or anything. Oh, that sounded so gross. Um, the safe combinations are the same. But yeah, so the B scenario, like, it really. Okay, there's somebody nearby, but we'll do that for now. That had to hurt. Really? You too? Oh, hold on. Yeah, so we're going to show, like I said, I want to do my best to show kind of where you get a lot of the solutions. So if we go into our thing right now, so we got the notebook, which has, which has the maiden statue fully there, so you can see it. And then it has part of the scrap paper here. So we see with the unicorn, it gives you like and they're different symbols than before. Like there's completely different symbols. So we got like twins or children, the scale, and then we've got like a worm, I think it is, and then we've got like ram horn, harp, and a bird for the other statue. The lion statue, which was the one at the top of the stairs, that one is completely like we can't see anything there. But there is a way to find out where the solution is to that. Which we're going to see here in a moment. Now, also, the portable safe that was in this section before is replaced by the box. We're not going to pick the box up. It's just going to have, again, the USB drive. But it means that you can get access to the locker room, or not the locker room. I'm in the locker room. You can get access to the weapon that's in the STARS office weapons locker a lot sooner. We are going to need this, though, so I'm going to take that. I'm not going to go through the library because I need to go through the STARS office. We're also going to see, another noticeable change in the B scenario. Oh, I don't like the way it looks like he's presenting now. Because here, instead of the liquor, we're going to be fine for a moment here. All right, we're just going to go in the STARS office and everything's cool. Everything's cute. But when we come here,
Jesus, stay back!
So we actually encounter Mr. X. So we actually encounter Mr. X in what's referred to as like the PD1, so the Police Department 1 scenario. So we actually encounter him a lot earlier than we would before. Also, we got this box here, which is not normally in the A scenario. So inside of here is a roll of film called Lion Statue. Oops. So that's good to know. So here we have the unicorn. Yeah, so the unicorn child scale worm, right. Also, the position that these three wheels start on is always random. It's always different. But it will never be on a correct spot. So now we got to be a little more mindful of Mr. X. And the only way... So the rocket launcher, all you have to do is hit him, and it will stun him. But if you're using a gun, the only way to stun him is actually with headshots. Now, in the A scenario, I made more of a concerted effort to not stun him and just try to dodge him. I'm not going to be doing that here. Just going to put that in there just to get it out of inventory. I'm just going to free up a little bit of inventory space here. Then we're going to go get the maiden statue, and that will be another situation where Mr. X will actually teleport. I don't think Claire ever actually needs to go in this hallway from this direction. Because she can't open the shutter. And the weapons locker card and the red jewel, like, that's completely optional. As they just unlock other weapons. Oh, right, I can discard you. Actually, let's take the long way around, just because I want to develop that roll of film. I also watched an interview with, like, the developers of, like, the RE2 remake. And one of the things that they had said in the interview, they were talking about Mr. X. Right? Because in the original RE2, it's Crown, Fire, Flying Bird. So that's how you get the solution to the lion puzzle. Now, if you know the solution already, you can just go ahead and do them. But anyway, so the Mr. X. So Mr. X in the original Resident Evil 2, if you you can't kill him the same way that you can't kill him in this game, but you can attack him and basically like stun him, like knock him down, and he'll stay down temporarily. In the original game, if you do that, if you drop him, he actually will drop like ammo or So he'll drop ammo, or he'll drop like healing items. He'll basically like drop resources. And the developer said that basically incentivized you to fight him because he rewards you for doing it. And basically, the developer said, like, in this one, they want you to be more, like, evasive or, like, afraid of him. So, ram, horn, harp, bird. Okay. Alright, so there's no hunter in this scene, but Mr. X will teleport, so no matter where he is normally, he will appear here.
Oh no.
Oh. So that's one of the locations that he will teleport to. Also, what did I say that solution was? Crown, fire, flying bird. Okay. Okay, I can hear him moving, so we'll show another. Also some other things about Mr. X. So if you're trying to avoid him, he reacts to gunshots. So like there's two things that he can track you by: gunshots and the sound of you running. So if you're running, he doesn't find you as easily if you're just running, but if you fire a gun, he shows up a lot sooner. Otherwise, the only other way would be for him to like go through his pathing. So so there's another section here where like he'll follow us down here, but once we cross into this spot, he'll stop. So that's another point where he will stop following you. And the last one of those really in this game is going to be coming up once we complete the second visit to the Raccoon City Police Department. Also, the Sherry section that we're going to go through, there's a secret to that, there's a trick to that will make getting out of the first room a lot easier, so I'll share that when we get there. We'll let this cutscene play through, too.
Hello?
Just to show the differences
It's okay. Won't hurt you.
in how Leon and Claire first encounter G. Birkin, G1 Birkin.
Here, you can take my hand. I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
So they made Sherry so much better in this game, in my opinion.
He's right behind you.
What?
Oh God.
So Claire just falls down. It's not great. Like she would still have some pretty bad injuries, but it's better. And then we're just gonna. So I think as far as like canon series of events goes, I feel like that one makes more sense. That like the G1, the G monster smashes the catwalk instead of basically choke slamming a human through it.
So, what's your mom like?
Your mom is not a nice lady. So also in the police department, the item pouch that was normally up where the maiden statue was, that was moved to the reception area.
Wow. Both of my parents are gone. It's just me and my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Over there!
And in this, the cutscene, we're introduced to Chief Irons. We're not going to watch it, though. Claire says a bad word. I feel like they make Claire swear way too much than she should. So again, the Claire section, she doesn't go into the jail cell where Leon goes into. Instead, that door's open, but we still have to go through here. And this, so again, this is why like Leon going through here first also makes more sense, because now we got liquors. And as you can see, the liquor in here is eating a zombie dog. So we're just gonna... Okay, I just wanted to draw that one out. Hashtag Team Mom, yeah, I know. I know, you love Annette Birkin, don't you? All I will say is that as a parent, the way Annette treats Sherry bothers me. Okay, so also in the A scenario, this guy doesn't move until you grab the key. In the B scenario, he comes to life right away. Minor difference, but a difference nonetheless. Now there's also going to be a liquor. I believe there's a liquor back in the hallway outside of this room. So we're just gonna take it slow. You can hear it. There he is. Okay. We're good. Alright, we don't need to go that way at all, so now we can just go in here. I'm not going to bother using the diamond key because there's an item box pretty convenient.
Bastard is the police chief?
Yeah, they make Chief Irons far more dastardly in this game than I think than they did in the other one. In the original, my opinion. Though, like I said, I've only ever watched speedruns of RE2. Actually, I do have the Archives book. Resident Evil Archives, Volume 1 and 2. And I think they include all the notes that you find in, like, so the first one is, like, RE123, 123 and Code Veronica. Yeah, he's way more menacing in this game. Yeah, okay. And like, so Kamikaze Kid, like you played the original one, right? You have? Okay, cool. So I have all the notes, but basically in this one, I don't know how much it's. I don't know how much his relationship with Umbrella is explored. I don't think I need you anymore. You know, I'm not going to chance it just in case. I will move them around a little bit though. Uh, but basically in this game, he's being paid off by Umbrella, and he is fully personally aware of what's going on at the orphanage. The orphanage is basically where Umbrella is gathering test subjects for human experimentation. Okay, yeah, I don't need the diamond key anymore. I'm almost sure of it now. We do gotta grab the big gear here. I think it'd be actually really cool if Capcom re-released like the original versions of the games, like the PS1 era, like you know RE1, 2, and 3. I think it'd be cool if they released those, but did what like the HD remake did, and let you use modern controls. Now, apparently, so like I mentioned before, the only experience I ever had with the original Resident Evil 2 was playing it on the N64. Oh wait, Irons is a paid lackey for. Oh, he's a paid lackey in there as well. Okay, just oblivious. That makes sense, I guess. Here, he's just a bastard, like hands down. But yeah, so I played like the N64 version of Resident Evil 2 for like 10 minutes, and I could never make it past the first zombie. Because of the tank controls. Apparently, though, what I didn't know is that there is an alternate control scheme on the N64 port that allowed you to use more like the alternate controls that we have in RE0 and RE1. I wish I would have known that. So it'd be cool if they re-released like 1, 2, and 3 like classic versions, but with the option to use a modern control scheme. Also, the Mr. X, how he was introduced in Scenario A, he does the same thing here as well. So we're just gonna shoot him in the head a bunch and run past him. I think it'd be kind of cool, as long as it's not. Hold on, I think there's a guy up here. No, okay, cool. I don't really need these boards, but we'll put them to use, I guess. I think another cool option, just for, as the kids would say, just for the memes, it would be cool if they did, like, if the RE1 version allowed you to use if it allowed you to use, like, the Japanese DualShock, like the DualShock soundtrack for the director's cut, which is legendary. Yeah, no, that wasn't exclusive of the N64 or Resident Evil 2. It was an exclusive there that they actually had the ability to use the standard controls. All right, so we're not worried about like collecting like the special guns or stuff, or the gun parts. I'm gonna come back here though when I go through the sewer section. Another reason why I wanted to like do that for this playthrough is just because you don't need the crank to open up that door. Oh, hey guy. I don't know where you are, and that's kind of bugging me now. There you are. We're just gonna stun you a little. Never played the N64 one. Now you kind of want to. Well, I'm sure. I mean, not that I condone piracy, but I'm sure you could get a ROM of it. Hey, Liquor. What am I doing? I want to go this way. Okay. So I'm going to visit an item box because I have keys I need to get rid of. And actually, I don't think I'm going to encounter... I don't think I'm even going to encounter any more windows that I can put those boards on. You don't have to condone it if I do. That's fair. I mean, I can't say too much. I did download the ROM for Link to the Past, the Japanese Link to the Past, so I could play the randomizer. Which, when I get a better... Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, when I get a better computer, I definitely want to stream Link to the Past randomizer runs. Because they are a ton of fun. Now, the one thing I will say about, like, you know, using an emulator these days for certain things, certain games are just way too stupidly expensive. And, like, N64 games, especially, like, I think RE2 on the N64 is, like, ridiculously expensive. Play Power Rangers for your birthday, you don't have the card for that. No, you know, I don't like doing it, but I don't really, like, at this point, I don't really care because the secondary market is just way too over the top these days. Like, okay. I heard a door open, and, so, I mean, so Mr. X cannot enter this room. Like, these are one of the rooms that he will not go in. But sometimes you still get a little worried, right? Let's try the randomizer. It is awesome. There's all kinds of different settings, too. So, like, the first couple times, I made sure that, like, I started with the sword just to get kind of used to things, because I don't know Link to the Past as well as I do, like, Ocarina of Time, for example. Oops. Okay, so again, he's somewhere, but I don't think I ever have to worry about... Well, I shouldn't say that. I will have to worry about him again in a second here, and I'll show you another point where he won't follow you, where he's cut off from tracking you. Earthbound is your favorite. Yeah, I know. You love Earthbound. Runs between 250 and 2,000. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I fully condone acquiring a downloaded ROM of Earthbound for games like that. There's just no need for something like that, in my opinion. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I guess I was right. We did not need those boards again. I guess the only thing I would say is that, like, if the game is being sold on, like, a console's service, I feel a little bit stronger about, like, not necessarily illegally downloading it then, if you could spend, like, $5, $6, $10, to get it through, like, like a digital store. But for games that's just not available like that, it does not bug me. Or if you've bought the game a million times, like I did with, say, like, so if I have to download a ROM to play the Ocarina of Time randomizer, which I haven't done yet, but I definitely want to. Whoops. Um, I'm totally fine with doing that because I have paid for Ocarina of Time so many times. Yeah. This one, I'm not great at. Let's see here. I don't know what pressing these does. Wii U Virtual Console had it for 15. That's not bad. I have the Super Nintendo Classic too. Actually, so I have the NES Classic, the SNES Classic, the Genesis Classic, the PlayStation Classic. I even have the Commodore 64 Mini. So I love those mini consoles. They're awesome. What the hell am I doing wrong? This one's going to take me a while to puzzle out. So I think I have to have it pass through. There we go. I knew I'd get it eventually. It's just a matter of dinking around with it. Alright, so here we go. So the Sherry section. So there's an achievement you can get for escaping the first room in less than a minute, and this is how you do it. So we come here, we grab this, turn around, when we come over here, we examine, pull the cube out. So when I first played this, I had something kind of wrong. So the blocks they're not necessarily random. So what you do is you take the first block, move it over to the third one, and then all you got to do is just rotate. So the only thing that's random is which direction, like how many times you have to rotate the block. So you always put the one you get from the doll in the thing, and then you always move the first block to the third spot, and then it's just a matter of rotating. And that's how you can get out of that room in less than a minute. So originally I thought that the blocks themselves were in random spots, so that you would have to randomly move like from like the first one to the second or third, or like I thought you had to like move the actual blocks around and that they were placed randomly. It's just their facing is random, and the rest is pretty reliable. You have the SNES, NES, and a Chinese bootleg NES with 600. That's awesome. I kind of wanted to always pick up one of those bootleg ones, but I never did. Okay, so once again, we're going to do the sequence running away from irons. When he swears, Sherry will cover her ears.
That must be the door out of here.
But I don't know exactly what happens, but there's a certain actions you can take where it will sort of like desynchronize her with that. So she'll cover her ears way too early or way too late.
It's him.
But I love this sequence. Like, we're not going to show her break the bottle of acid in his face, but that's awesome.
You are gonna be so fucking sorry.
So yeah, so there she goes. So there she actually tries to, like, she'll cover her ears when she hears him swear. That's what I wanted to show. I think what happened before is I interacted with the door.
You stupid bitch, that's a dead end.
Is that I was too close to the door or something, and she won't do it if she's there. Now, also, Iron's, like, his line of sight is notoriously bad. So there's, like, you can stand, like, directly behind this coffee pot in such a way that, like, you'll never have to crouch. I'm not that good. But the speedrunner Hazeblade, if you watch some of his speedruns,
It's all
like,
over
he
now.
does that.
Doors locked.
Like, he'll just stand there and just sort of readjust his positioning.
Where are you? Show yourself. I know you're in here. The longer it takes me to find you, the worse it's gonna be.
So yeah, he's pretty bad at this overall.
Oh god. Oh god.
Bitch has gotta be here somewhere. Ugh. Oh. God damn it.
In fact, there's a spot they can stand, like, right here. Again, like, where he'll just never see you. Now, again, I'm not as comfortable with that. So I'm just going to go here, and then I can stay here for the whole thing. For the whole rest of the sequence.
Son of a bitch.
No more. Please.
This is your last fucking chance. Show yourself. Now!
In fact, once he staggers, or makes this, like, noise, like, we can just stand up, like, right here. And he'll go through that scripted sequence.
Fuck is my key? I see. You.
Huh. She didn't... So I guess I got to the door before she had a chance, but normally she'll say go away.
I'm coming in, Sherry! Get over here, you little bitch!
See, again, she covers her ears, so... And then that's it. That is the end of, well, the beginning of the end for Chief Irons.
Good to see you again, Claire.
And basically all of that was occurring...
What are you talking about?
Actually, the timelines are kind of weird, because this is like 30 minutes before.
Asshole.
Oh, excuse me. But we're kind of done. I don't know. Timelines in these games aren't the most solid thing in the world. Yeah, but yeah, so like I said, I want to get a better computer that I can, like, just run more stuff off of and get, like, a capture card or whatever I need to start streaming from other consoles on Twitch as well. Because I would love to go through games on, like, the NES Classic or the Super Nintendo Classic or on the Switch. Okay, so then we're about to see another Mr. X, like, scripted teleport-in sequence. So he will always appear here while the door's opening. Now, I'm not going to stun him completely, because I want to show sort of where the cutoff is for him. And this is like the last one that you really need to know. So you're gonna... Alright, so he's right there. And so the cutoff is going through this gate. So as you see, he's following me, and he'll stop as soon as I go through here. I come back out, he'll stop. He'll turn around. But then I go through the gate, and he's like, oh, well. So that's the cutoff there as well.
Looks like the only way forward.
Now this is where I kind of wish I would have picked up the rocket launcher. Just to get through this little sequence here with the dogs. Also, screw you, Umbrella. This is all your fault. There we go. So that dog is technically harmless. Like, I think he despawns. He's just there to bark, but this guy's gonna always show up. So we kind of want him to go on the car. If you move close to the car, he'll always jump on top of it. So, again, another reason why it's kind of useful to know where the Mr. X cutoff was, because, again, when I was playing this, I thought he was following me the whole way, so I was kind of a little spooked. There were some spookums going on. I don't think he reanimated as a zombie, but I don't want to take any chances. We'll grab this for later, because I definitely want to make sure. And I don't know where that dog is, so I'm just going to run for it.
The orphanage.
And we're safe. So I don't know in this cutscene if that's Mr. X. That's, like, attacking the gates, or if that's just the zombie dogs jumping into it. Because you can kind of hear what sounds like a monster groaning and smashing, and, like, the dogs barking. Also, that door was locked in Sherry's sequence, that's why we didn't go through there. If she would have unlocked the door and tried to open it, she would have seen that there's a chain there. But the chain's gone, there's a big old giant slash across. And just because Mr. Irons is such a prick, we're gonna watch his demise in all its glory.
Your fault.
What?
Took too long.
Oh god. Get off me! Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's probably fine. I love that scene. Alien's one of my all-time favorite movies, so that's a sequence I just love. So again, if you change the camera angle too much, I'm still pressing down, but if you rotate the camera angle too much, like, she'll start climbing back up anyway. And so this is where I say, like, the sewer sequence is a lot shorter for Claire than it is for Leon. Also, Mr. X teleports in right here. But we don't have to worry about him, we're just gonna run.
Claire! It's behind you!
Don't stop!
Hurry!
Keep going!
Sherry, come
And you know what, I'm gonna let this play out a little bit too, because I love this scene as well. You also get a good look at, like, the signal receiver in his head. And this is also where you can see, like, the second form start. Like the G virus head. And then he just smashed the elevator. So I've seen people, like, again, they're trying to figure out the canon series of events. Because, like, that Mr. X gets killed. Like, he's done. Like, he is out of commission. So this is where I say, like, in my opinion, the Mr. X that was following Claire, at least through the streets, like through the orphanage to here, I believe that's a different one than the one that Leon faces. So again, Claire doesn't have to go across that bridge that Leon did. There's also no G adult here either, which is kind of nice. So because her sewer section is shorter, where she doesn't have to do that loop where she crosses the bridge where the rook piece protects and all that, we're gonna go run back over to the police station, and we're gonna look at Wesker's desk and see what a weird, creepy pervert he is.
Hold on, Sherry. I'll be right
Okay, also, the chess piece puzzle has a different solution in the B scenario, because why wouldn't it? And because I'm not as familiar with that one, I actually did write it down. So I made a couple of notes before we started here. Alright, so King, Bishop, Queen, and then Knight, Rook, and Pawn. So the Knight... So the Knight is in where, like, it normally should be, but it doesn't actually belong there. So it goes Knight, Rook, Pawn. So we got the Knight piece that goes there. The Pawn piece is in the right spot. The Bishop just has to move over here. So those were in, like, the right positions for the A puzzle. But it's not in the right position for the B scenario puzzle, which is what we're doing here. Okay, it's a lot harder to shoot that guy through two fences. So we're gonna revisit the police station. I'll take those boards out of... I should have taken those boards out of storage. There's a storage box before we get back into the police station, so that's not gonna be a big deal. But we'll do that with Claire here. So it is going to involve a little bit more backtracking than than just saying screw it. Not like a ridiculous amount, just a little bit. Basically, all we got to do is just walk over here and then get the key that's hanging up there, and then just come back. So I guess while I'm streaming, I'll just ask this question and see what people think here. So Resident Evil 4, there's a lot of speculation that RE4 is going to get like a remake similar to 2 and 3. So I've seen people saying that they wish that Mendez, the village chief, that you encounter a few times at the beginning of RE4. He's also like the first real boss fight that you have. So there. Again, that's how you can walk past him. So there, I redeemed myself. I showed that it can be done. So yeah, so people are saying that they wanted Mendez to be like a stalker enemy, like Mr. X or like Nemesis in Resident Evil 4. And I don't feel that way. Like, I don't agree with that. personally. Like I don't mind the stalker mechanic in the game, in like the games that we have here. Come on, down you go. So like I don't mind like having like the stalker characters. Like it makes sense for Mr. X. It works for Nemesis. But I don't think Resident Evil 4 needs a stalker character. Like I don't think they need the village chief to fill that role. Oops. Wait, can Claire not push this? No, she can push this, right? Alright, you gotta press A. You can tell I played a lot of RE0 and RE1 recently, because in those games, all you have to do is walk into the thing to push. Yeah, Kamikaze Kid, you don't think so either? The Ganado swarms can be bad enough without Mendez. Yeah, like I agree. Like, I don't... So, it's one of those things, right? Like, if everybody's special, nobody's special. So, if every game has a stalker character in it, it makes that kind of creature less impactful, I think. Like, it just feels routine at that point. It's like, oh, well, who's going to be chasing me around in this one, right? Like, in RE6, you have Jack Baker, and RE8, you have Lady Dimitrescu. So, like, it's not like the Resident Evil franchise is lacking stalkers. Okay, so here we are. We're back in the police station. I'm just going to take these wooden boards just in case. But again, I don't think I'm going to need them. And I believe, so when we return to the police station this time, I want to say that there's just, like, no enemies anywhere. Unless they were left behind, maybe, but, like, nobody comes up to the windows or anything like that, so I don't think I need the boards because I don't think anything's going to try to break through. But we picked up a roll of film, and the roll of film says hiding places. Because that's the wrong roll of film, because I'm an idiot. We don't need the one in the media room at all, because that's just ammo for... in Leon's scenario, it's ammo for the flamethrower. In Claire's scenario, it is ammo for the submachine gun that she can pick up. If they want to have a stalker character, make it Krauser. I'd hate that just as much, but it would make... Yeah. I mean, they kind of did that with Krauser in, like, the Krauser 2, like, fight. Because he does follow Leon around and kind of appear at certain points. So there's the wooden box that we don't care about. But here we've got a roll of film that is entitled Rising Rookie. So what could this be? We'll examine the box. It is from Kendo Gun Shop, so that's kind of cool. But it's just it's a high capacity magazine for the submachine gun that again we're not using. Yeah, I just think personally, like, Resident Evil 4 wasn't designed to have a stalker character, so I don't think it makes sense to have one. Like, just period. It works without it, right? And again, I feel like too many, like... There's so many Resident Evil games that already have that mechanic. They really don't need more, in my opinion. Alright, so Rising Rookie. There it is. There's creepy, pervy Wesker lusting after Rebecca Chambers in her sports bra and short shorts. Now that, by the way, so that goes into your notes. You can look at that at any time if you want to. But this costume that she's wearing there, like the short shorts and the, that is a costume you can have with Rebecca. Yeah, I don't need you anymore. That's a caution that Rebecca can actually wear on RE0. And that's it. That's Police Station. So that cost me a little time, you know, a few minutes to do, but I don't believe I did it in the second playthrough. I could be wrong, but I don't think I did because I think I forgot where the entrance was. All right, so let's get back to the sewer, and we'll save shit. And then make our way to... So, like, the sewer sequence isn't that different. In A or B scenario, like, if there's any differences, it is very minor. Like, very minor. I want to say the sewer literally just comes down to enemy placement. Like, one or two enemies, and that's basically it. Hey, guy. You're back. So, there we go. I hope that was worth it to see a creepy picture of Rebecca. Like, she's also only 18, too. Like, it's just weird. Like, it makes me uncomfortable that Wesker's, like, that fixated on her. But I will say, it's a lot easier to find that picture in the remake than it was in the original. Because in the original, examine Wesker's desk like 50 times. With just the chain gun. Not significantly, but a little bit. Yeah, see, he sunk down. He pops back up here, though. So here's like one of the single biggest difference with the sewer section. I hope you're ready for it. It's this guy here. It's just having a zombie pop up out of the water over here. Like, that's... I think that's basically it. I mean, like, the puzzle solutions are obviously different, too. But that's basically it. So, I mean, I love this game. Like, and I love it to death. But I'm going to be 100% completely and totally honest. The differences between A and B, they really skimped on. Ah, crap. When I was at the police station, I wanted to show... Damn it. I forgot. This was, like, at the beginning of the run, so, like, I can't go back and do it now. But in the B scenario, if you... When you first get to the Raccoon City Police Department... What's going on here? Oh, there's no secret. There's another difference. There's a bonus zombie in here. If you look at the laptop computer, that's like right behind the reception desk. Whoops, wrong one. In the A scenario, you see like the security footage of the guy being chased by the zombie, and he's got like the notebook in his hand. In the B scenario, if you interact with that laptop, you actually see the scene of Mr. X walking up to the security camera and smashing it. And I really meant to show that, so I actually might, once I'm done here, once I'm done this playthrough, what I'll do is I'll just start up a second one real quick, just to show that, because I really wanted to, because that was a classic moment in the original RE2, so I do want to show that here. So that's what we'll do to end the stream. That's a major change. Yeah, so the B scenario, it does feel, it feels a little lazy. I will say, like, I kind of wish there was more differences that they would have done. Because, like, honestly, I think the right way to play this, or the best way to play this to get the most out of it, is just do the A scenario for both. Also, one thing you can do to avoid that guy is to jump up here. Like, when he's charging towards you, you can just jump up here and then jump back down and get past him. I've done that before, I just didn't think to do it here. You do also get, like, the true ending with the fight with... Jesus! Okay, I forgot you spawn in. Alright, congratulations, game, you got me. You got me with the enemy placement. I'm not gonna pretend you didn't. That one, that spooked me. But, like, so, I mean, they because they combined, like, A and B stuff from the original game into just the A scenarios. Like, so Mr. X was only in the B scenario. You never encountered him. You never encountered him in the A scenario at all. So that is the Queen. I got spooked. There were spookums. Like I said, my familiarity with the B scenario and this one is not not nearly as good as the A scenario. But the sewer section, literally the only thing they changed was just introducing, like, a few extra zombies in different places. That's really it, and the puzzle solutions. I don't think I'm really gonna need these, but I'll take them anyway. I'll take them anyway, just in case. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit trickier, because I've got to try to time this, I think. Crap, okay. Damn it. So without the rocket launcher... Without the rocket launcher, it's a little harder to trigger this him going over here.
Should have known you would have died.
Again, I really like picking up that thing from the watching speedruns that there's no collision on that door, so when he smashes it down, you won't take damage. You can just literally run right past him.
Have I got a surprise for you?
Alright, that'll definitely be enough damage. part of me kind of wants to fail at that just to see what it looks like. Because I've never actually seen the cutscene where... I don't know if he jumps out of the way or what it is. But you basically got to get him to like half health. Alright, so we got Sherry here. We're just going to go through, and this time I'm not going to go through the wrong door. In fact, I can't, because you can't interact with stuff right now. So all of these doors are just going to conveniently be open for me.
Hold on, Sherry. You're gonna be fine.
I don't like hearing the pain sounds from her.
Almost there, Sherry. We're almost there.
Having a daughter like really impacts the way I feel about these scenes. Okay, I am gonna pick up the rocket launcher for the nest,
Better check everything. There's no turning back.
just to deal with those ivies. I'm not gonna use it on the bosses, just to deal. And also, since we're at this cutscene again, I know I got enough time. Just gonna make another quick bathroom break. Drinking tea and stuff really, takes a toll on me, so I'll be right back.
Hey. Are you okay?
Your jacket's so warm.
My brother gave it to me. You know it's supposed to be lucky.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Are you kidding me? You were doing just fine without me, until I came along and got you all sorts of trouble. I have something of yours.
I don't want it.
Really? Why not? It's so pretty.
It's from my mom. For my birthday last year. All I really wanted was for her to be home more.
I know it seems like your mom doesn't care, but... Hey, Sherry, come here. Hey, hang in there, okay?
Okay, I am back. Sherry's now wearing a jacket that Claire produced out of nowhere. Oh, if you don't do enough damage, he just digs at his heels and stops it. Okay. I didn't know if he did that or if he climbed over it or what exactly he did. So I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Getting you treatment. Just hold on, Sherry. It's okay.
For your safety, stand clear until doors are open.
Just like trying to get a baby to sleep. You just rock her back and forth. I will, thank you. Alright, yeah, so I'm just gonna go grab... Oh, by the way, in these games, there are items that, so there's Leon's shotgun and Claire's grenade launcher. If you don't get them from the weapons locker using the little key card, at the same place where you put the computer keys into, they appear here. So the game's like, you should really have these. Please take them. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to take the rocket launcher just to deal with those Ivy enemies, because catching them on fire stops them 100% for rears. Now, the next section is a little different. I don't... I hear you, but I don't see you. Okay.
Nutritional needs using our latest biological research.
Double tap just to make sure. I'm also listening to the classic soundtrack. I think it was like DLC. It wasn't very expensive. I got it when it was like on sale. But if you want to hear like the voice at the title screen go, you know, Resident Evil 2, you need to have the classic soundtrack enabled. All right, where are you, you jerk? I should pick up some defensive items because I don't have any. Just in case, like, again, it's highly unlikely, but just in case an Ivy grabs me, they are one-hit kills. If you can't defend yourself. I know I've said that before, but it still holds true. Oh. Alright, inventory, work with me here. There we go. So, like I said, I didn't go for the for the spare keys and to get that item pouch in this playthrough because it involves going a little bit more out of my way than I'm really interested in. In the Leon playthrough, I didn't get the one in the nest because you have to backtrack quite a ways. In the B scenario, the tuner is right here. So I literally just have to go back, a couple of rooms as opposed to having to come all the way back out, cross the bridges, enter this area, right? It's a lot more convenient. Also, the frequencies you have to tune them to are different in the B scenario as well. So there it is. And that doctor thinks he's going to live forever. Spoiler alert, he did not. Alright, almost at the end of the game again. Now, Mr. X does not appear in the laboratory in the Claire playthrough. Like, him getting ripped apart, like, that was the definitive end of him in this scenario. But both both Claire and Leon go through here, and Leon does encounter one. So, I still maintain that they were two separate ones. Like, one picked up Leon's trail from where the tanker truck separated him and Claire. Like, one picked up his trail. I think one picked up Claire's trail, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Is there a grenade here? There is not. Okay, so this section is pretty much the same. There are some minor differences here as well. We'll take this flash grenade, though. And the key one here being, again, the puzzle solutions are changed. So this one uses that. Do you... So that's that one. And the other solution is that one. So you find the solutions in kind of the same places. So you can find it like on the lid of the hatch that the ladders like that use the ladder to go down to the bottom section. And you find it on the bottom of the award, the trophy. But the trophy location's actually moved, so we'll see that here in a moment. Jesus, Claire. I mean, he didn't do anything to you. There, okay, that's where the other one was. And I believe those are in the same locations. So, also, there's another grenade here I can pick up, so we're gonna. So also, this one is different as well. So we gotta fill this almost all the way to the top, and it's like, I don't think that's how that really works, but, I think I need to do this. Nope, that was probably wrong. Damn it. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Do that. There we go. Okay, so that goes there. Whoops. Damn it. I know what I'm doing, I promise. And I think that was the last puzzle of the game. Aside from, like, the scanning frequencies. So again, with finding that device, like where we did, the little tuner thing, it cuts out the need to go to the top floor, like, at all. Or not the top floor, but having to go through, like, the door behind where the lickers jump out. Instead of having to go there, like through there and up the stairs and to get the tuner, we can just ignore that area altogether. So, again, the B scenario, it does streamline things quite a bit. Okay, again, we're just gonna take out these guys. Saw a limb go flying there. This guy I don't think ever wakes up, but I don't know if he will on the B scenario or not, so we're just going to ensure that he doesn't. Also, we need to switch over to Earth. The modulator, that's what it's called. Okay, so I don't know if that despawns both of them or not. Or one of them. I think only one comes out now. Anyway, the trophy is here. In this room. So, it does have you do a little bit of backtracking, because you would have to get the solution, you have to come down, find the trophy, get the solution, go back up and type it back in. So we're just not. Welcome to Earth. That was in a Will Smith movie. Boy, you can really hear those. You can really hear those liquors there, can't you? Now we're just gonna walk a little slowly because I don't know where the liquor is, and I don't want to get ambushed coming right out of the door. I hear him. There he is. Oh well, that got that one too. I forgot about that one. Liquors, I don't think ever go through doors. Best Will Smith movie? Independence Day was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. Okay, we're gonna switch back to the rocket launcher because, unlike Leon's scenario where Mr. X chases him through this section, we don't have that, but we're not exactly safe either. Also, I totally believe that pesticide should have killed all the Ivies in this room. I don't think any of them should have survived. But, because we don't have to worry about Mr. X here, what does happen is when we go through this door, there should be an Ivy right there. So that's the difference between, and that's the difference between Claire and Leon. Period. That's not an A scenario or B scenario. Even in Claire's A scenario, that would be there. Right, now we're done with that. It's so cornball, yeah. It was a spectacle. That's the if you can say anything about it, it was a spectacle. I mean, the effects were really cool at the time, using the miniatures for the scenes of stuff blowing up. I appreciate they didn't go the CG route for that. They actually went practical. Nope, I don't want that. I want that. Thank you. There are still some Ivies at the end of the escape sequence, Leon went through that. Whoops. That we have to deal with. Alright, and this is Oz. Awesome. Like The Miz. So this is a kind of a cool gadget, but again, the fact that the power system relies on you putting that device in and having the frequency match, it's, again, it doesn't really, logically make sense. And, several rooms have their entire power system reliant on a device going into a slot and making a humming noise. At the right frequency. That just doesn't... I don't know. It is fun to figure out the solutions, though. I like it. It's just... Again, it's an example of one of those video gamey moments. Yes, we do. So here we have G. Birkin 3... pop, please. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna run away because I can't access the eyes right now. Oh! Alright, there we go. Not to mention it's low tech for such a high tech facility. Yeah, agreed. Like it just doesn't quite feel like it fits, does it? Okay, switch back to the rocket launcher. I will also say this facility is really high tech as well, for the fact that this is 1998. Like it feels like the technology level is way too high for 98, because like other things are kind of more specific. Like the laptops and the computers are like 98 appropriate. The gas price at the gas station was definitely not. It's definitely not 2021 prices. And Annette dies, and we're all sad. Except we're not. Ah, it's 2020, only Leon is 1998. Yeah, he sure is. So Leon's self-destruct sequence, like, it starts before he enters the elevator. And Claire's doesn't start until, like, later on. And at first, like, the first time I played through it, like, before I actually finished the game, I thought it was like, well, that's not fair. That puts Leon at a disadvantage. Right? Because he has less time to get through it. Because his countdown timer is going... Like, the countdown's happening the whole time he's going down this elevator ride. But... it's not quite the case. Like, it's the game... The game finds its balance. So I want to say the self-destruct starts when we get on that other, like, the elevator platform to go down. It starts here, when Sherry gets on. Right, so that's where the sequence starts for her. Is there no... there he is, okay. Sherry! Thank you. Oh. So this is where they balance out the time loss thing between Leon and Claire. So they both have sequences that are just time sinks, where the countdown timer's going, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whoop. So we just have to wait while Sherry shimmies across here. There's also no zombie here, like in Leon's escape. But there is one here, and this guy has like 1 hit point, so all you gotta do is hit him with like 1... Just hit him once, and it kills him. And there's the elevator that Leon goes down. But we're gonna go revisit some RE0 for a moment. Because this is the cable car platform that we saw in Resident Evil 0. Right there's the control room, there's the elevator that, it looks a lot different in this version. Whoops, also, I went the wrong way. Gotta go on the train first. I was getting too caught up in reminiscing. Alright, and this is the cutscene where Leon and Claire are talking to each other, but we're not going to worry about that. This is also where Claire picks up the chain gun, but we already have it, because we're New Game Plusing it. I'm sure that's fine. Okay, so the key to this scenario is popping eyes. So apparently you need to pop like 45 eyes or something like that. In order to defeat Birkin. Now we are going to heal. Oh, I didn't get the infinite. I did not get the infinite knife. So I guess we're. Okay, he's pretty low now because he's kind of in a berserk mode. Okay, this is getting a little harrowing. So basically, when he starts, like, crawling around... So this part here, I think it is. We can just run away from him. And the boss fight will eventually end. Because the eyes start popping on their own. And he's also hung up on the geometry, it looks like. There we go. So that is Birkin 4. So that, yeah, that is Birkin 4 down. We're almost there. Not quite. Okay, I'm gonna let this one play out because I think this is where Leon will say the line. Like I said, it just puts me in the mindset of someone who's like, they meet a woman on a dating site. Her profile says nothing about kids, and then she either shows up with the child or she talks like nonstop about their kids. And it's just like Leon's reaction is like perfect, like he's weighing his options.
What's this?
Here it comes.
This is just Sherry.
Okay.
See, it's just, I don't know, it's just that perfect, like,
What was that?
I just love that delivery.
Stay here with Sherry. Go check it out.
Also, because 1998 Leon's here, in honor of him, we're going back to 1998, Claire. And this fight overall is pretty simple. Straightforward. I mean, you're literally in a tunnel. So the G Birkin, you can deal damage to him the second he appears. Like, this will damage him. But, he doesn't, like, it takes, like, almost, like, no damage. Like, it's very minimal damage that is dealt to him towards his hit point pool. Up until the point where, like, I think right up until that point. Gotta finish him off the rocket launcher. I gotta pull the pin, but my fingers don't work. Oh, that's smart. Use your foot. You want stars? Oh wait, wrong game. Alright, so Birkin's about screwed here. We're about to see the PlayStation 2. So that last shot with the eye, that was the PlayStation 2 title screen from the original game. And there you go, that's it. That is Resident Evil 2, both A and B scenarios. 3 hours, a little under 4 hours, it's not bad. Considering we watched a couple of cutscenes and...
No. We actually just met.
Smooth, Leon, smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. No idea.
Gotta continue that Redfield bloodline. Anyway. Yeah, so that is, Resident Evil 2. In its entirety. So I think that took longer than the A scenario, but the rocket launcher makes a huge difference. So if I would have used rocket launcher for Claire all the way through, then that would have like cut down significantly. And I also, if I didn't go back to the police station, because that took like 5 or so minutes off of the team time as well. But there you go. That is it. So tomorrow night I am back. Starting Resident Evil 3. So that is going to be the Resident Evil 3 remake, so that's going to be a lot of fun to go through. I decided that it would make more sense to do this as like a bonus stream because I've already done them. I've already done like 2 playthroughs of Resident Evil 2 on my Monday time slot. So I figured like doing this on a different night would be better. And yeah, so tomorrow night, Resident Evil 3, we're going to see some Jill Valentine and some Carlos Oliveira. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. So I just want to thank everyone who took time out of their night to hang out. Kamikaze Kid is always my friend. It's a great time hanging out and chatting with you. Roll Stats, QTE, Drummer, the Wolf of Legends. I know you didn't get to stay very long, but again, I appreciate you hanging out. It really does mean a lot to me. And anybody who's watching this on YouTube after I re-upload it, I appreciate that as well. So yeah. Also, since he's here, I'll give Kamikaze Kid a cheap plug. He streams stuff on his channel, and It's awesome. It's great times anytime I've gotten to watch his. So definitely check him out if you're not already. Yeah. Thanks a lot. I'm always bad at ending these. I think it's just because it's 3:45 in the morning, or sorry, it's quarter after 3 in the morning, and I'm tired. So, but yeah, I appreciate it, and let me know in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. What is your favorite Resident Evil 2 moment, either classic or remake? And if I'm playing Resident Evil 3, should I do Jill's classic costume from RE3, like from the original one, or the attire that they give her in the game? So yeah, thanks again. I appreciate it, and I will hopefully see some of you tomorrow night for some RE3. Until then, take care.